Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. Before I get started, as always, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wahara Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, the men who rule well over Israel, and also the same men who taught us this truth. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect, or to the brothers, Salakia, to the brothers that are pushing this word throughout the four corners of the round earth in faith, love, truth, sincerity, and diligence. And to those sisters that are listening and learning, and to those that support the ministry, Shalom. Yes, the brother Yakana from the GMS Houston camp coming back with another installment of GMS Practicals. And I was watching other videos of brothers, just throughout GMS, man, and this is where the inspiration came to do this lesson, man, because Esau Edom, man, the Wacky Tacky Christian Church, people like Vocab Malone and all them, they are really, really stepping up this campaign to say that anybody can be saved and that salvation is offered unto all the nations, anybody, if you just believe. But that's not the case, man. That's not what the scriptures say. They don't bear witness to that, man. Salvation is only unto the nation of Israel, okay? And that means the 12 tribes of Israel. That's it. If you don't belong to one of them 12 tribes, salvation in the kingdom is not for you. You going into slavery. It's just that simple, man. You will be a servant if you don't belong to one of those 12 tribes. The Most High didn't make a covenant with any of those other nations, man. Only Israel. When you read throughout the scriptures, it says Israel, man. It didn't say and. There's no plus one. You can't bring a guest. This Edomite, he was pretty cool, I used to mess with this Edomite chick. Well, they can't be grafted in. Okay? This is about bloodline, man, and that's it. If you're not a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're not getting in, bro. It's not for you. But I'm going to bring out a couple of scriptures, man, and it's not going to be a long lesson. Just go straight to the point, and pray that the elect be edified. So I'm going to start here, man, with probably one of the most popular scriptures, man, and when you're making that distinction about Israel being offered salvation and the covenants, man, only with Israel, this is probably one of the main ones that always come out. And this is Psalms 147 and verses 19 and 20. And it reads, He sheweth his word unto Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. So you can stop right there. Where do you get that? Well, Jesus died on the cross for everybody. That's not true. That is not true. And they try to use John 3:16, for God so loved the world. But that world that it's talking about in the scripture, that particular scripture, that word world is cosmos, K-O-S-M-O-S, not C-O-S as you normally spell it, but K-O-S-M-O-S. It means a particular group, a particular arrangement, a small group. He's only dealing with a particular group, Salakia, and that would happen to be Israel. Okay? Going back to verse 20, it says, He had not dealt so with any nation. The Most High never made no covenant with Moab, with the Moabites. He ain't never made no covenant with Magog or Ammon or none of them, man. You know, it's just, it's not what, that's not it, you know. You can't change these scriptures, man. Even though you try. And you know what? You may sell a whole lot of people on that point. A lot of people might fall for that and say, you know what? We believe they wrong. I believe anybody can be saved. You believe, if that's what you want to believe it, man. You know, that's on you. But at the end, when it's all said and done, and you see that, hey, it was only for Israel, well, then it is what it is at that point, you know. But it says he hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, you know. And you're gonna always get people, man, that's gonna be like, yeah, I don't believe that, man. That ain't true, man. You know, anybody can be saved. That's y'all opinion. But we don't give opinions, man. You know. All we ever do is bring out scripture, you know. And I'm gonna bring this out. This is for them that don't believe. This is Romans 3:3, and it says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?" Verse 4, God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man be a liar, as it is written. Okay, let's stop right there. So when you go back, as it is written, he had not dealt so with any nation, you know, other than Israel. That's written, as it is written, that thou, back in Romans 3 and 4, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Okay? So we only tell you as it is written. We're not out here winging it. We ain't making up stuff as we go. Everything that we say is written, you know. It's not, you know, when you go to the Wacky Tacky Christian Church, they'll hit you with all types of stuff. They'll say some of the most idiotic, outlandish stuff that you ever heard. And then you say, man, where you getting that from? Well, Pastor said this morning, you know how, or they'll say, man, you know how Pastor always say, or they, man, what's that thing Deacon Jones always be talking about? How he be saying that? And ain't none of this written, man. None of that. Well, you know, Big Mama used to tell us all, man, nobody give a damn what Big Mama said. Well, is it written in the scriptures? No. But she used to say, well, then if it ain't written, we don't care. That's why it says, as it is written. And that, who does that sound like? Our big brother Yahushua. What did he always say, man? Even when he dealt with the wicked scribes and Pharisees, what was he always famous for saying? For it is written. For it is written. You can't argue with it if it's written. You can, but it's futile. It's just a waste of time, you know. But like he said, as it is written. Well, can you prove it? Yeah, here it is. It's written. You know, these Psalms just told you he ain't dealt with no other nation, man. Just Israel. But what does he think about the other nation? Well, glad you asked. We honestly don't care about y'all, man. You know, y'all gonna get you gonna get what's coming to you. Speaking of what does the Most High think of the other nations, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 56. This is one of my favorites, by the way. It says, as for the other people, which also come from Adam, thou hast said they are nothing. So the Most High said, y'all are nothing. But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them, the abundance, all of them put together, the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. You know how when you say something like please or put it over there, popcorn or something with a P, every now and then there's a little spit come out of your mouth. That's spittle, man. That's what the Most High counts all you other nations as, man. Spittle. And he is likened and has likened the abundance, all you other nations put together unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So like, and I've said this before, I used to have to go out and water animals, being raised on a farm. You got a 5-gallon bucket of water in each hand. Yeah, and it's sloshing around. It's going to be more than a few drops to come out, but guess what? Even I could lose a whole cup of water between them two buckets and would not give a damn. It didn't matter, you know? So if the Most High is even colder than that, he said he likened them unto a drop. Didn't say drops. A drop, one drop that falleth from a vessel. Man, if I had just a cup of water and a drop spilled out, one little old measly drop, who cares? So imagine how much more insignificant you are to the Most High to have a big vessel, say like a 5-gallon bucket, or something, maybe a 10-gallon bucket, and one drop comes out. One drop falls out. Nobody's going to care about that, man. You're not going to dump the whole bucket on the ground and start screaming and hollering, "Oh, Lord, I lost my drop. Oh, one drop came out." One drop is nothing, man. And he has said in the scriptures that the other nations are less than nothing. Well, Jesus got on the cross, that man, and then listen. First of all, Jesus didn't get on no cross. Yahushua did. And that didn't change the way the Most High feels about the other nations. Matter of fact, this is Malachi 3:6. It says, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." So what do we see in Psalms? That he's only dealing with Israel, from Jacob, the progenitor of the Israelites. And it says here, "I am the Lord, I change it not." So no matter what you try to say or what you try to do, the Most High don't care for the other nations, man. It just described them. Less than a drop that fell from a vessel. And he don't change. That's the key right there. He does not change. He said that himself. "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore the sons of Jacob are not consumed." So the sons of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, which he is the progenitor of, are offered salvation, eternal rulership. Not so for the other nations, man. No matter how hard you try, you can't make them a part of this, man. Again, I'm going to end it with this. "For I am the Lord, I change not." So ain't nothing you can say, nothing you can do that's going to help you, that's going to change, man. You other nations are going into slavery in the kingdom of heaven. It's recorded, man. It is written. Jeremiah 30:16. So deal with that, man. But that was all I had on that. I just wanted to touch on that and lamb back off for other brothers throughout Israel. So I'll end it with that and say until next time, Abaratazah, Shalom.